Stop scrolling, because this is not entertainment, it's exposure. And deep down, you already feel it. Something in you shifted the second this video hit your screen. That wasn't chance, that was impact. Energy doesn't lie, and neither do results. If you're here right now, it means you've been walking through life with a weight you can't explain, a pressure that never lets up. While others blend in with ease, your presence alone disrupts the room. You've been chosen, not for comfort, but for war. And not everyone survives the level of elevation you're headed toward. See, your enemies thought they could box you in with lies, shade, and confusion. They tried to make you question yourself, twist your reality, even turn people against you. But here's what they never saw coming. The more they attacked you, the more power you unlocked. The more they tried to bury you, the more you rooted yourself in your purpose. And now, the very attempts they made to block you are backfiring. Every fake rumor, every silent sabotage, every little trap, they're choking on their own schemes. That's the curse of touching a chosen one. You don't lose, you level up. The truth is, your glow doesn't just bother people, it haunts those who tried to dim it. Your success is their mirror. It reflects everything they faked but could never become. And while they operate in secrecy, you rise in silence. No bragging, no revenge. Just elevation so loud they can't sleep at night. So if you're still here, this message is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and let the world know the chosen ones don't fold under pressure. We thrive in it. Because the moment you accept who you are, the same power that triggers your enemies becomes the same power that transforms your legacy. Before moving ahead, I want to pause and sincerely thank each one of you who has supported this mission through Super Thanks. Your generosity is not just a donation, it's a spiritual echo, a silent but mighty agreement that you recognize the weight of this message and the purpose behind it. Every time you sow into this space, you're not just giving, you're helping to keep truth alive, to keep the chosen ones rising, and to send light into places where the enemy thought he had the final word. If your spirit feels aligned with this message, if you know you weren't born to blend in but to break through, take a moment to quietly affirm that agreement. Comment 999 below as a personal declaration that you are walking in purpose, standing in power, and rising in a truth that no enemy can shake. Number 1. Stop treating this like just another video. This is a spiritual alarm meant to wake up the 1%. You've always felt it, haven't you? That quiet pressure behind your ribs, that tension in your chest when you're around people who live on autopilot, that whisper in the background of your mind telling you, you weren't made for this world's version of normal. You never truly fit in because you weren't built to follow the crowd. From an early age, you carried a different energy, not louder, deeper, not superior, set apart, and that's not just poetic language. That's spiritual reality. There's a reason your battles hit harder, your nights feel heavier, and your growth came through silence, not applause. While 99% of the world scrolls past divine instruction without blinking, you paused. That's not random, that's recognition. Your soul knows the difference between noise and signal. And even now, as this message reaches you, there's something stirring in you. It's not hype, it's not emotion, it's remembrance. A deeper part of you is waking up, stretching inside the body you've outgrown. This message isn't for the majority, it's for the misfits with a mission, the ones who carry spiritual weight others can't even see. Let them chase popularity, let them drown in trends, but you've been marked with something rare, substance. You didn't come here to be understood. You came here to activate a frequency most people are too distracted to hear. And yes, they'll try to mock you. They'll downplay your presence, minimize your power, twist your purpose. but that's only because your existence threatens the illusions they live in. You don't expose them with words, you expose them by existing. So don't shrink. Don't wait for permission. You were never meant to play small just so others can stay comfortable in their confusion. The very path you've been walking, the isolation, the betrayal, the setbacks, they've all been training ground. You are not behind. You are being prepared. And before we move any further, let me take a moment to deeply thank those who've supported this mission through Super Thanks. Your generosity isn't just financial, it's spiritual alignment in motion. It tells the universe you're not just watching, you're walking this journey in agreement. Because of you, this message keeps reaching the ones still standing in the dark, searching for a light that speaks their language. Now, if this word stirred something in you, if it touched a place in you that rarely gets acknowledged, comment 999 below, not out of routine, but as a declaration that you know who you are, that you recognize the assignment, that you are one of the few who won't miss the moment, because when the chosen rise, even the shadows tremble. Number 2. Quit dismissing the weight you carry. It's proof you were chosen before you took your first breath. You've been carrying things that were never visible to others. The pressure, the silence, the deep inner pull that kept you up at night while others slept peacefully. And you've probably questioned it, wondered why your life has felt heavier than most. But let's be clear, it's not a flaw, it's not a punishment, it's evidence. Evidence that something powerful was assigned to you long before you ever arrived here. This weight you carry, it's not random, it's not weakness, it's spiritual responsibility, and it's been locked inside your bones since the beginning. You weren't chosen the day you became aware of your path. You were chosen before breath ever touched your lungs, before the first heartbreak, before the rejection, before the silence. Your soul was marked. And that mark doesn't just attract blessings, it attracts resistance. That's why it's been hard. That's why certain people can't stand next to you without feeling exposed. That's why the enemy's strategy has been to convince you that you're just tired, just overthinking, just emotional. But deep down, you've always known better. The world told you to shake it off, to fit in, to silence the calling. But your spirit keeps rising. Your weight is your warning. It means you're dangerous to the systems built to keep people asleep. It means your presence triggers change, even when you say nothing. And the moment you stop dismissing it, the moment you start owning it, that's when everything begins to shift. So don't question the burden. Wear it like armor. That heaviness is sacred. It's proof that your life isn't random, it's assigned. And only the chosen carry that kind of gravity. Number 3. Don't sleep on divine timing. May 25th at 1 a.m. is when real alignment strikes. There are moments in time that don't just pass, they pierce. And if your spirit has been pacing, if you've been feeling like something's coming but can't quite name it, this is why. May 25th at 1 a.m. isn't just a timestamp, it's a portal, an energetic gate, a spiritual alignment point so rare, so precise, that missing it could mean staying stuck in loops you were born to break. Not everyone will feel it. Not everyone is even meant to. But you, chosen one, you've been sensing the build-up. Your energy's been shifting. Your sleep has felt strange. Your emotions unexplainable. That's not coincidence. That's preparation. At that exact hour, the veil between dimensions will thin. The noise of the world will hush, and only those with trained awareness will receive what's being released. This won't show up on your feed, it won't go viral, but in the realm that governs real transformation, something massive will move. If you're not tuned in, you'll miss it. But if you are, if you've been aligning your intentions, protecting your energy, detaching from distractions, you will feel the shift ripple through your very cells. Chosen one, This moment is yours to either rise with or sleep through. Do not gamble with sacred timing. Set your alarm. Clear your space. Prepare like your entire destiny depends on it, because it just might. Comment, "I will be ready" below if your soul already knows. May 25th wasn't placed in your timeline by accident. You're not here to watch history repeat. You're here to rewrite it. Number 4. Ignore the noise and you'll miss the signal. That tension in your chest is a spiritual summons. You ever notice that strange pressure in your chest when everything around you is loud, fake, and hollow, but you can't seem to shake the feeling that something real is trying to get your attention? That's not stress. That's not overthinking. That's your signal. That's the spiritual tap on your shoulder that most people ignore until it's too late. The world is filled with noise, endless scrolling, fake validation, shallow conversations, and while most people drown in it without a second thought, you keep feeling the pull, that inner stirring, that invisible nudge telling you, wake up, lock in, prepare. This isn't anxiety, it's awareness. Your energy's been sinking to something higher, and that tension you feel, it's not meant to destroy you. It's trying to activate you. But here's the truth. If you keep mistaking divine pressure for emotional confusion, you'll miss the moment that was sent to realign your life. You weren't called to stay numb. You weren't built to blend into the background of the world's distractions. You were chosen to hear what most can't, and to rise when others retreat. That pressure is a sacred summons, an internal alert that a breakthrough is coming, but only if you're tuned in. So block out the noise, cut the distractions, sit in the stillness and listen. Because that weight you're feeling in your chest, it's not weakness, it's a message. The signal has been sent. The question is, will you answer? If you know exactly what this tension feels like, if it's been growing stronger by the day, drop 999 in the comments. Let the unseen world know you heard it. And you're not going to miss your moment, not this time, not when everything is lining up for your rise. Number 5. Stop calling the storm a setback. That pressure is proof. You're close to the breakthrough. You keep calling it a setback. You keep questioning why things suddenly got heavy, why everything started falling apart the moment you decided to level up. But listen carefully. This storm isn't working against you. It's working for you. That pressure you're feeling right now, it's not chaos. It's confirmation. Every time you get close to your breakthrough, the resistance intensifies. Not because you're weak, but because your next level is real. The storm is loud because the silence that comes after it is going to shift everything. Chosen ones don't face average battles. They face pressure meant to activate what others never had the strength to carry. You've probably noticed it already. Unexpected problems, strange delays, people switching up, emotional overwhelm hitting you out of nowhere. That's not bad luck. That's the atmosphere around you reacting to your awakening. Energetically, you're rising, and darkness always thrashes hardest when it's about to lose its grip. The truth is, you're not falling apart, you're shedding, and everything that can't survive your next chapter is being forced to fall away. That's why it hurts. That's why it feels like the weight is unbearable. But it's not here to break you. It's here to reveal you. So stop calling it a breakdown when it's really a birthing. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. Queens, if you feel this deep in your spirit, if you've been under pressure and still refuse to fold, drop this in the comments right now. I'm not breaking, I'm birthing. Say it loud, type it bold. Because your storm doesn't signify your failure, it's proof that your breakthrough has already begun. Don't run from the pressure, rise through it. Number 6. Don't confuse disruption with disorder. Your life's been rearranged for awakening, not chaos. You've been looking at the mess around you and calling it failure. But what if I told you this wasn't collapse? It was construction, that everything falling apart wasn't disorder, it was design. You've been taught to panic when things break, to fear when things end. But chosen ones, we don't crumble in chaos, we rise through it. That job loss, that sudden betrayal, that moment when everything went silent, none of it was random. Your life has been spiritually rearranged, not because you're being punished, but because the old version of you couldn't carry what's coming next. It wasn't working anymore. You weren't aligned with mediocrity. That's why it broke. Not because you failed, but because you outgrew it. See, disruption always comes before awakening. It's the spiritual clearing out, a divine demolition to make space for your real blueprint. The life you thought was stable, it was built on expired agreements, and now the shift has begun. The universe doesn't ask for permission when it's time to evolve you. It moves, fast, loud, without explanation. So don't call it chaos when it's actually alignment. Don't label it loss when it's really liberation. You weren't born to stay stuck in a version of life that feels too tight for your spirit. You were made to expand. And expansion requires impact. Let the old go. Let the noise break. Let what's not meant for you fall away. Because what looks like disorder is actually a sacred reordering, a silent signal that your timeline is being rewritten in your favor. You are not being destroyed. You are being positioned. Number 7. Avoid the trap of distraction. If you're not aligned, the flash will pass you without touching you. There's something the world won't tell you. Distraction is not harmless. It's deadly to the chosen. While most people chase stimulation, you're being summoned into silence. You don't get the luxury of zoning out. You don't get to waste time pretending not to hear the pull. Because for you, the cost of delay is destiny. For others, scrolling past truth is just habit. For you, it's a missed alignment you may never reclaim. Every time you ignore that gut feeling, every time you postpone that quiet moment your soul's been begging for, you drift further from the signal. And here's what no one teaches. The divine doesn't scream. It pulses, it flashes, it moves fast. If you're not tuned in, it passes by and it doesn't circle back. That surge you've been waiting for, that breakthrough that's been stalking you in dreams. It's not going to wait while you binge distractions, drown in doubt, or flirt with apathy. Chosen ones don't get extension dates. You're on spirit time, not societal schedule. The enemy doesn't have to destroy you. All he has to do is distract you. Because if he can keep your eyes off alignment, he knows you'll miss the moment when the energy shifts. That flash, the one that activates your timeline, will land, and you'll still be sleeping on your potential. Don't let that be your story. Queens and kings, write this affirmation in the comments right now. I choose alignment over distraction. Let the universe hear it. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Because the flash will come, but only the focused will catch it. Number 8. Stop running from the pain. It was never meant to crush you. It was built to position you. You've been trying to outrun the very thing that was designed to crown you. The pain, the pressure, the silence. You thought it was punishment, but it was preparation. That ache in your chest, it's not weakness, it's the weight of transformation. And while most people will collapse under it, you were built to carry it. Every time you asked, "Why me?" the answer was waiting inside the storm. You weren't meant to escape it. You were meant to walk through it and come out different, more grounded, more awake, more powerful. The pain didn't come to destroy you. It came to burn off the parts of you that couldn't go where you're headed. It came to strip the illusions, the fears, the fake attachments. That betrayal, it pulled the curtain back. That heartbreak, it realigned your standards. That isolation, it was a reset button from the noise of the world. People around you only saw the fall. They never stayed long enough to witness the rise. But that's what happens when you're chosen. Your process is private, your pain is sacred, and your growth, it terrifies those who secretly hoped you'd never rise again. So stop resenting what shaped you. Stop hiding from what broke you open. That was never your ending, it was your emergence. Say it with your chest. This pain was my positioning. Let that truth settle into your spirit like armor. Queens, if you've felt this in your bones, write this affirmation in the comments. My pain positioned me for power. Don't just read, declare it. Number 9. Let go of the glamorous version of purpose. The real awakening is raw, quiet, and relentless. Let's be honest, most people want the version of purpose that looks good on camera, the kind that earns applause, admiration, and instant rewards. But you, chosen one, you weren't called for glamour. You were called for greatness. And real greatness doesn't come with spotlights. It comes in silence, in sacrifice, and in seasons where no one claps. The true awakening, it's not loud, it's not viral, it's violent in the spirit. It strips you of illusions, peels back the ego, and forces you to face every shadow you tried to outrun. That's why it hurts before it heals. That's why it feels lonely before it feels powerful. This journey isn't for those who need instant validation. It's for the 1% who can handle being unseen, uncelebrated, and still obedient. You weren't called to make it look easy. You were called to carry something eternal. And the ones who truly rise are the ones who went through hell quietly and still came out full of fire. So if your life doesn't look like everyone else's, good. That means you're doing something right. If no one understands your calling, perfect. It wasn't sent to the group chat, it was written on your soul. Queens, hear this. Your awakening won't come with pretty packaging. It will come with pressure, isolation, and a version of you you've never met before. But when it does, you'll carry power no performance could ever match. Number 10. Stop pretending this is just about you. Your alignment is carrying generations behind you. You may think it's just about your life, your pain, your process, but it's not. Chosen one, this path you're walking is much bigger than your name, your timeline, or your personal goals. This alignment you're stepping into, it's carrying generations. You're breaking patterns that have lived in your bloodline for decades, maybe centuries. You are the interruption to dysfunction, the resistance to cycles, the one who said, "This ends with me." And the weight you feel isn't punishment, it's the evidence of your spiritual position. Some days you'll feel exhausted for no reason. Other days you'll feel a fire burning inside you that no one around you understands. That's because you're not just healing your story. You're recalibrating the future of people who haven't even been born yet. Your choices are echoing in rooms you haven't entered. Your inner work is clearing paths for children, siblings, nieces, nephews, and even strangers who will never know your name, but will walk freely because you decided not to fold. Let others play casual with their purpose. You don't have that luxury. Your discipline, your growth, your healing, it's spiritual warfare dressed in everyday clothes. And if you ever feel tempted to give up, remind yourself, you're not doing this alone. You're doing it for everyone who couldn't. Comment, "I'm carrying legacy" below if you feel the weight of what you're walking through. This isn't pressure, it's purpose, and your alignment is rewriting history. Number 11. Quit treating your memories like random echoes. Your soul has lived this before and returned to finish it. You ever wonder why certain places feel familiar, even if your feet have never touched the ground before? Why you meet someone for the first time and something in their eyes feels ancient, like a connection that started long before this lifetime. That's not fantasy. That's not déjà vu. That's soul memory. And if you're one of the chosen, you've felt it more times than you can count. Your memories, they're not random echoes. They're encrypted truths, whispers from lives you've already lived, battles you've already fought, missions you came back to finish. You didn't just show up here empty. You came with layers, wisdom, resilience, and scars the world can't see, but your spirit still carries. You weren't dropped into this timeline by accident. You returned for purpose, for impact, for unfinished destiny. That's why the weight you carry makes no sense to the people around you. That's why your growth feels like war and your intuition feels louder than logic. Because your spirit remembers what your mind's still catching up to. The betrayals, the delays, the heartbreak. None of it was wasted. All of it was preparation for a contract your soul signed long before you had language for it. So no more brushing it off. No more telling yourself you're overthinking. You're not crazy, you're connected. And once you stop fighting your remembrance, the path will start revealing itself. You're not here to copy anyone else's script. You're here to fulfill your own. Queens, if you feel this in your bones, if your soul has been tugging at you with truths you can't explain, comment, "I remember" below. Let that be your declaration. You didn't arrive, you returned. And this time, you finish what you started. Number 12. Don't underestimate your yes. You're the one meant to break the chain and lead others out. You may not realize it yet, but your yes carries weight. Not just for you, but for everyone connected to you in spirit, in blood, in legacy. The moment you say yes to rising, to awakening, to stepping into who you really are, something massive shifts. Timelines change, cycles break. Chains that bound your bloodline for generations start to crack from the inside out. See, most people think purpose is personal. They believe their choices only affect them. But the chosen ones, they don't move alone. Every step they take forward pulls someone else out of the pit. Your yes is a lifeline, and your delay, it's a domino effect of postponement, confusion, and cycles repeating where there should have been breakthrough. Don't downplay it. Don't water it down. That pull in your spirit is not asking for perfection. It's demanding your agreement. The universe, the energy around you, the people waiting for a way out, they're all waiting on your activation. You've been assigned to dismantle what enslaved others. Your journey is the blueprint someone else will follow, and you don't even have to scream to be seen. Your alignment speaks louder than noise ever could. So stop questioning if you're ready. You've been ready. The pressure you've survived already qualified you. Now is the moment to stop rehearsing your old pain and start unlocking the freedom that was always meant to flow through you. You are not just chosen to be healed. You are chosen to lead. And as we bring this moment to a close, let this truth settle deep into your spirit. Your yes is more than a decision, it's a release. A release of generations from patterns that were never yours to carry. You're not just healing, you're leading. And every time you rise, someone else finds the strength to rise too. So don't silence your power, walk in it boldly. If this message awakened something in you, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop 999 in the comments to affirm it. Your light isn't just needed, it's non-negotiable.